Hi, my name's Gary, and I thought I'd just spend a couple minutes and talk to you about the National Kidney Exchange, if this is something that you're considering doing uh, for someone you know or love, or someone who's maybe totally anonymous to you and you just want to do something cool. Um, I just joined this program about 8 months ago, more so because it was an option that I didn't really know about, and it was something that I wanted to do after I found out that I could no longer be the primary donor for my own son. Um, my son is 12 years old and has already had one kidney transplant. He had it when he was 3 years old, and he got it from my mom. So the thought was always that, back then my mom would be the first candidate, and then later on in life, if he needed something 20 or 30 years down the road, I'd be his backup. Unfortunately, my mom and I both share the same antigens now, and he's developed antibodies which are going to fight it, so I'm no longer a match. Um, Doctors basically said, well, you've got a couple options. One, at this point, he's close to having to be put on dialysis, and to be honest, this is something that our family has already been through. We've done peritoneal dialysis, we've done hemodialysis, and this is something that we don't want to do again. We want to avoid this, and so um, we just don't like the effects that it has both on the individual as well as the family life, for his siblings, as well as for just even the mom and dad. So if we can avoid it, that was what our game plan was to do the whole time. Unfortunately, like I said, I was no longer a match because of the antibodies and the antigen situation. So the doctor said, well, you can go on dialysis, or you can try the National Kidney Parent Exchange, which is something that's brand new to Canada. It took me probably about a day or two to actually think through that whole process of donating to someone that I don't know. But when you really get down to it, I was already in a mind frame where I was donating my kidney. So if I'm going to donate to somebody that I've never met before, but I know that they're in the same position as I am, and if I know that they are going to be a match for my son, why wouldn't I want to extend life to them if they can extend life to me and Alex? So I phoned them back and said, yep, let's go for it. 8 months ago, I did have a couple of initial pairings. Unfortunately, the same story with Alex. It was for them, and it came down to we were too close in our antigen and antibodies, so therefore rejection was going to happen, and we had to pass on those. But 3 months ago, I got another call saying that another pairing had been made for me and for Alex, and this time the antigens were not going to be a problem, and that it's actually going to be a more complicated surgery because instead of it being a one-on-one type of arrangement with another family, this time it was going to be 12 people, 6 families. So anyways, this is all going to happen for us in 2 weeks. I actually get to fly to a different province, so I'm not even going to be around to see how my son is going to do. But I gotta let you know, I'm very excited about the whole process. I'm not as scared as people think I would be, but then again, I've already been through this once before, watching my mother do it. I've seen my son, and I've actually seen the transformation in my son. Prior to his first transplant, he was only 3, but before the transplant, he really couldn't talk. He didn't want to eat. He was always very sick. His development was very slow. Once he got his transplant, it was like a major transformation. Within a week, he was actually walking, because prior to that, he was only crawling. His appetite was just phenomenal. Before he wouldn't eat anything. Now he was constantly hungry and always asking for food. Just his whole development, his speech, everything improved. So Uh, Looking at my son now, he's 12 years of age. He's doing excellent, but I know that he's living somewhat in the clouds, and that he gets a little frustrated that he's not understanding things immediately. So I know that once he has this next surgery and we can clean him up a bit with his toxin levels and so forth, it's going to be a world of difference all over again. I mean, my son right now has really, for the most part, stopped growing. He's stopped gaining weight, and that's a major concern for a 12-year-old. So this is going to be a great benefit to him, and hopefully my kidney for this family that I'm going to donate to will be an absolute blessing to them as well. I'm just really excited about the whole procedure, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys another update as soon as I get back home. I'll let you know how the whole process went, and give you an update as to how I guess a national parrot exchange happens when you have multiple people all giving on the same day. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.